We're not here to play small. We're not here to dabble. We're here to break the boundaries of what we think is possible. We're here to get to maybe, to that place that I want to call today maybe, what might be, what can and will and should be. So buckle up, because we're about to dismantle the cages we built around our dreams and set some big-ass ideas loose today. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the UNCOMMODiFiED podcast. I'm Tim Windsor. I'm your guide. I'll be your agitator and your spark for radical change today, if you let me. Now, let me kick this off by reading an excerpt from my UNCOMMODiFiED book that tucks into this idea that I want to talk about today. This is from page 118. The UNCOMMODiFiED love the positive power and possibility encapsulated in the maybe moments they and others can create. The unreservedly positive define the word may as possibility and as permission. Permission to do what is required to have positive impact. They define be as a state of being, the way things can or will be. They're all about helping others find the maybe, the possibilities of a brighter, more positive future. And they know that to create the positive maybe, we must overcome the fear of our own insignificance. As the authors of the book Getting to Maybe, How the World is Change note, many of us have a deep, deep desire to make the world a better place. But often our good intentions are undermined by the fear that we are so insignificant that nothing we can do will actually make a difference. My friends, that is an impressively fucking evil, self-limiting fear and belief, and we are going to break it, shatter that today. Getting to what may be happens when we understand that one small action is the catalyst of the possibilities we long for. It's where possibility sparks, comes to life. It's the space where we shed the suffocating weight of our own insignificance, and we open ourselves up to the undiscovered and the not yet done. But here's the problem. Too many of us are stuck in the land of what is, the frustratingly familiar, the small. We complain about it, we bitch about it, we wallow in it, but we're terrified to leave it. Now, why would that be? Here's my thought. I think the reason is because the maybe feels way too risky at times. It feels like stepping out onto a tightrope over a bottomless pit. And let me tell you something, that thin wire will lead us to the place where we need to be, where significance is born, and where societal and system innovation, transformation, and revolution live. It is the doorway to what could be. And if you're unwilling to walk through it, don't bother complaining about your life, your job, your business, the world, because staying in what is means choosing stagnation over the significant. And that is not what you and I were put here for. Think about this for a second. Think about Nelson Mandela, stuck in a tiny cell for 27 years. And I've had the privilege of being on Robben Island and being in that prison cell. And I'll tell you, it is painfully, excruciatingly small. But here's the thing. He had every reason to stay in the world of what was, of what is for him. It was for him at the time. A broken system, his stolen freedom, an unchanged society. But he didn't. He stepped into maybe. He envisioned what could be. And then he did the unthinkable. He turned maybe into what now is. South Africa didn't, in the end, just get its first black president. It got a leader who redefined forgiveness and pushed the world towards justice and reconciliation. That's the power of dreaming big and stepping into the risk that is pregnant with possibility. So let's change the game. Let's stop talking about maybe as a tentative possibility, and let's start seeing it as a must be. Because if you're not hungry for transformation, you and others may just starve to death waiting for someone else to feed and fuel the change that you long for in your life or in the world around you. Dreams don't come to life at the end of the day in the land of what if. They come to life when we turn what if or what could be into what must be now. It's about urgency. It's about setting your head and your heart on fire for the things that matter most. Now, here's where neuroscience comes into all this. Studies show that our brains are wired to respond to clarity, to focus, and to emotional urgency. When you tell your brain, this must happen, This must happen now. It rewires itself to want to make it happen. That's the power of setting big, brash, and badass goals and aspirations and chasing them down like your life depends on it. Because guess what? Your life just might depend on it, and others as well. Now, let's move beyond all this sort of passionate plea that I'm trying to give to you, and let's get very practical, because big ideas are worth nothing without significant actions. So here are 5 things that I know based on my experience will move you and me from maybe towards what must be and what now is. The new may be, what is possible. Now, start with this. Dream uncomfortable dreams. Number 1, dream uncomfortable dreams. You've heard it before. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And neuroscience backs this up. When you think big, you encourage parts of your brain that thrive on novelty and challenge. You build new neural pathways that drive creativity and motivation. So stop thinking in baby steps and start making bold leaps. Secondly, kill the excuses. Slaughter those excuses. Every time you hear yourself say, in your head or out loud, I can't because, just stop it. Full stop. That's the voice of fear, not possibility. Flip the script on that. Ask yourself, what if I could? Please write it down, visualize it, and then take one damn step toward it today. Not tomorrow, today, right now. Thirdly, surround yourself with catalysts. Do you know what kills dreams faster than anything in my experience? It's hanging around with people who've already given up on theirs, on their dreams. Find people who are dreaming big. The ones chasing must be like their lives depend on it, and let their energy infect you. Fourthly, practice relentless action. Dreams are great, but let's be clear. Dreaming without doing is daydreaming. Action is what turns our maybe into what now is. Be like a dog on a bone. Chew that thing until there's nothing left and you're hungry for more. Fifthly, rewrite your mindset. This is a hard one, but we've got to do it. You've got to stop living in the comfort zone of what is. Start seeing the unknown as your ally, not your enemy. Use visualization techniques, affirmations, whatever you need to do to remind yourself daily that your maybe is one step closer when you clench your teeth, steady your knees, and step out onto that tightrope. And lastly, as I read earlier from my book, slay your sense of insignificance. We must overcome the fear of our own insignificance. As the authors of that book, Getting to Maybe, How the World Has Changed, that's a great book. If you haven't read it, find it, order it, you got to read it. It's called Getting to Maybe, How the World Has Changed. Here's again what they noted in that book. Many of us have a deep desire to make the world a better place, but often our good intentions are undermined by the fear that we are so insignificant, nothing we can do actually will make a difference. And that, my friends, is an impressively fucking evil, self-limiting fear and belief, as I said earlier. And you must strangle the life out of that belief. Slay your sense of insignificance. So, bottom line, stop bitching about what isn't working in your life or in the world. Stop blaming everyone and everything for where you and the world around you are stuck. Instead, look at yourself and ask, what am I willing to do to get to maybe, that place of positive possibility? What am I willing to risk to transform my maybe into must be and what now is? But here's the deal at the end of the day. Nobody's coming to rescue you and take you to the land of possibility. The Calvary isn't on its way. This is not an old Hollywood movie. It's up to you to leap, to take the risk, to set a fire under your ass. And if you're not willing to do that, respectfully, sit down, shut up, and stop complaining about the way things are. Think about it. Mr. Mandela didn't wait for permission. He didn't wait for the perfect conditions. He decided to play his part, and he changed the course of history. The question is, will you? Will I? My answer, abso-fucking-lutely. Now, that's it for today. We've gone on long enough. My friends, if this episode pissed you off a bit, that's good. It means it hit a nerve. And maybe, just maybe, it's the nerve that needed to be hit. So go out there and do the work. Dream big, act bigger, stop wishing your maybe will happen, and do the work to make it happen, and turn your maybe into what now is. Till next time, stay uncommodified. Cheers.